Mia's trash, right? No matter how you feel about Gizelle, there is literally no reason to talk about her daughters, right? There's no reason to bring up any of the lady's kids. If your beef is with Gizelle because of what Gizelle said about your parenting, not about your children, but about your parenting, then take that up with her. That was lame. That was lame. Mia's trash. Trash. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We're here to talk the Real Housewives of Potomac, excuse me, season 9, episode 9, Mediation Nation. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and then leave your comments down below. So the episode picks up right where the last one left off, where we are still at Wendy's birthday party, where the ladies were all talking, and Gizelle asks Mia, like, what was up with you telling us about this sob story that's going on with you and Gordon, and then literally a day later, 24 hours later, you guys are all together hanging out like a happy family out at the pool with the kids. So Mia explains, and that's when Mia was saying that all of her children's fathers can get along. As I said at the end of last week's recap is semantics. We know that Mia was previously married and that Mia has that older son that is no longer on the show. He has his own father. So Mia explains this, and Karen doesn't understand why Mia is being attacked for a picture. So Jacqueline said, well, here's the thing, because I was there. Gordon is okay for 5 minutes, and then the next 20 minutes, he's like flipping out and he is upset. So Mia is in her confessional saying that it's very interesting that they are at a birthday party and Gizelle is nitpicking about something else. But like, here's the thing though. That's what you have been doing too, Mia. That's what you have been doing too. That's what all of y'all do on this show. Mia, you just don't like that your shit is being thrown back in your face because you are a trash ass mother. We're seeing that. You are literally using your child as a storyline and not even in a positive way. You're using your child in a negative way to have a storyline on this show. You know who Jeremiah's father is. You know who it is. So for you to even play these games back and forth like this at the expense of your child that is old enough to go to school and can read and can search on the internet, you're a bitch for that. And you don't like the fact that these ladies aren't playing along with it, that they're calling you out for it. That's the real issue. That's the issue. So Wendy then blurts out that she's getting a citation from the governor, and everybody is like, "You sure it's a citation?" So as they're walking over to see this ceremony, when they're walking over to see her receive this honor, we hear Mia tell Jacqueline to leave her alone because she never has her back. I wish Mia and Jacqueline would just stop being friends. Y'all don't know if y'all want to be friends or not. Either y'all are friends or y'all are enemies, or y'all are fucking or you're enemies. Like, I don't understand this relationship. I don't know why Mia is on the show still, to be honest. But okay. So Ashley tells Gizelle, because she's talking before this, Ashley is talking to Stacey about mediation. Stacey goes to mediation on Monday. So Ashley goes and gets Gizelle and Karen so that they can talk to her about mediation because all the divorcees are going to link up and bestow wisdom, I guess. Okay. So Stacey is telling them that she is going into this being optimistic. She said that, they don't know her husband. Their situation is not like hers. She knows her husband. They've been together for quite some time. And, she's not worried about all of that. And Gizelle is like, you don't know your husband in this way. And Stacey, you can tell that Stacey was on some, well, just because your divorce went this way, that's how she started to take it. So Karen is like, look, you don't know your husband because you guys grew apart. So there's clearly a side of him that you don't know, sis, because y'all grew apart. So Karen tells her, look, don't flaunt your new boyfriend in front of your husband, because we all know that when people are going through a divorce, they start to react differently, because Stacey is very steadfast on saying, well, we didn't come into this being divorced, and we came into this with the utmost love and respect. That all goes out the window when it's time for y'all to get a divorce. We have heard this time and time and time again. Like, I don't know why Stacey likes to act so green. It's not becoming, it's not appealing, it's not attractive, it's not even funny. Like, there is no way that you are this damn naive, Stacey. There's not. There's not. So they're telling her, Gizelle tells her, before you go into mediation, write down every single thing you want from your husband for yourself and for your child, just so you are prepared. Stacey is in her confessional saying, y'all just don't know me and my husband, so I'm not worried about that. We then get a scene where Wendy and Eddie are introducing their kids to his sisters, and like, this is your aunt that you've never met before and that we don't talk about. Like, it's good that they had that moment, but it's sad that they had to have that moment too at the same time. But hopefully their families can come to some resolve so that they don't have to like have these moments like this again. So I hope that they're all of this gets sorted out for Wendy and her family. So we see Gizelle. She's out with Grace. Grace is home from school from her first year of college. And Gizelle is like, I feel like we're closer than ever now. You call me every morning and we talk, and it's going good. And Grace is like, it's part of my routine. So that's awesome. So Gizelle is like, so what do you think the twins are going to do? Because we know that the twins elected to go to different colleges. One of them is at, I don't know which one went to which, but one went to Hampton and the other went to Spelman. So Grace is like, Adore is going to have a breakdown without Angel because she relies on Angel for so much. So I'm wondering if Adore is the introvert. Remember when they were going to prom? One of them was like, we can be home by 12, and the other was like, let's stay out until 2. I'm wondering if Adore was the midnight sis, okay? So Gizelle is then talking about how the twins were there for her when she had to deal with everything with her father, and how she was so, shook up. She couldn't even like book herself a plane ticket. So one of the twins called Jamal, and Jamal was like, go to the airport. I'll have a ticket there. So she was just happy that, the twins were there for her, and she, didn't have to go through this by herself. So we then pan over to Ashley. Ashley is packing snacks and talking to her kids, talking to her kids before, and like getting her kids ready before she is going to drop them off at camp so she can head out to mediation with Michael. So she's worried about having to go weeks without seeing her kids. Right now, Ashley has the kids for 7 days, and then Michael gets them, or what she say, like 2 weeks. Michael don't get them kids, right? Michael is a weekend person. More than likely, Ashley is going to get primary custody of those children. They'll probably have joint custody in terms of like making decisions, but for primary, where them babies are gonna live, they're probably gonna live with Ashley majority of the time. Michael will probably get them for maybe a week out of the month, and then maybe another weekend. Keiarna. Y'all bigged up Keiarna. Like, I like Keiarna. She's cool. I still think that she's in over her head with the show. But the way that y'all was saying she's a boss, she's this, she's that, she's whatever, this scene tells a very different story. It's so interesting how y'all came into this season, like so many people, and was like, Jassy is that girl, Keiarna is that girl, Stacey is that girl, and like, I don't want to say they've all been flaps, but they're not giving what y'all said they were gonna give. Okay, so Keiarna goes to Greg's business. You remember, he is that social worker. He's a social worker that owns like his own company. It's like, it's not a mental health company, is it? He has his own business. We'll call it that because I don't want to mess up what he does. So he comes in and he tells Keiarna that she really needs to get on the ground with the schools and, like, boots to the ground. You need to start doing more, pull your weight, basically. Like, And the way he like low key shaded her on some, you wear your little outfits and stuff. You're like, woo, that's cool. But like, you need to go in and do more. And I was like, damn, girl, why is he talking to you like that in front of all these employees? Now, Keiarna keeps saying Greg calls her an employee, but she like doesn't see it that way. To her, it's a joke. Now, he dead ass means that shit, girl. He dead ass means that. So his brother, who works there, asks Keiarna when is she going to become a Diggs, which is their last name. Greg said when she starts acting right, she can become a Diggs. Wow. Wow, sis. So you can tell that Keiarna is visibly deflated, right? She tries to pass it off. Now it's awkward inside the office. She goes to his office and it's like, so I don't act right. And he was like, well, you got some stuff you need to work on. You need to work on acting right more consistently. Girl, bye. That man is not even cute enough to be talking to you like that, sis. Okay, Keiarna. Like, what are you getting out of this relationship? Because, like, he clearly doesn't respect you, and he's not even that good looking. But okay, okay. So she then tells him about the case with Deborah. Remember when they got into the altercation last season? So she said the lawyer tells her it's going in a positive direction. We find out that Greg, um, I guess what I got from this is Greg don't want her on the show or around these people, the cast, because of what happened. So it has taken a hit on their relationship and it has put a strain on their relationship. Girl, do not lose your relationship over this show. It's not that deep. It's not that deep, Kay. I promise you. So we then see the ladies are meeting up for lunch. And Stacey comes in and said that it was eye-opening to sit with them and hear what they had to say about their divorce. So she said that in all transparency, her and her husband had a very old school relationship where he managed all the finances and there were still a lot of things that she didn't know about. So when they sat down, there were accounts she didn't know about. There were things that were in her name. And my thing is like, this is literally what they were trying to tell you, what Gizelle was trying to tell you at Wendy's party, because Gizelle told her, I knew where all the finances were in my marriage. Gizelle said she knew where all the money was. Karen didn't say anything about money per se, but I feel like Karen knows a lot about what's going on in her marriage in regards to the finances in lieu of, Ray having that little tax issue. So Wendy is like, I'm the same way. I don't know how to pay my mortgage and I don't know who the light bill should be paid to. See, this is crazy to me. This is crazy to me because even if your husband does pay all the bills, why don't you know who the light company is? Why don't you know how to pay the bills? So in the event, not that y'all get a divorce, but in the event that Eddie is sick or that somebody is in a coma or something, y'all can still pay bills and do like basic things like that. If your husband pays all the bills, your husband pays all the bills. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But you should know who the mortgage company is. To me, that doesn't make sense that Wendy has 4 degrees. She reminds us every chance she gets, but you don't know how, like, that doesn't make sense. I promise y'all that doesn't. But ladies, know. You have to know. You have to know how to pay the basics of bills. In the event that something happens, and I'm not even talking divorce, but just something happens. Why do you want to just live in oblivion? I don't understand that. So Ashley starts talking about her mediation and said that they did not reach an agreement because Michael wants to have a confidentiality clause for life. And Wendy was like, perpetuity? Yes. So Michael is saying that he doesn't want Ashley to ever talk about him publicly on the show or say anything negative or anything, whatever disparaging about him. Ashley said, I'm not signing that because that is going to be very inauthentic to me. What that means is Michael wants to be able to treat her like shit behind the scenes, and then she has to still come on this show and act as if he is the perfect ex-husband and father to those children. This is what you wanted, Ashley. We get a very pointless scene of Karen out to lunch with Raven. So Raven is dating, but nobody special. No one, big enough to call home about. Then Karen then talks about how one of the most powerful moments after the accident was for her to realize that she doesn't take care of herself. Raven tells her mom that she is the strongest woman she knows because she doesn't really show a lot of emotion. Meanwhile, Raven would, be over in the corner, a blubbering mess, crying as she called it. So Karen then said that some of the girls have no idea what's going on and they've been really mean and judgmental. Yes, Karen, because the optics of it all is that you were drinking, you were overly inebriated, and then you got in a car and you crashed it. Now, I get you don't know the details, or you can't talk about the details, I should say. You can't talk about the details, but that is what it looks like to us. That's what it looks like to them. And again, I'm going to say this every chance I get. If this had been Robin, and Robin was still on this show, Karen would not have let Robin forget about it. She wouldn't have. So if they're putting a foot on your neck, Karen, they put in a foot on your neck, and you just gonna have to deal with that. To be honest, okay? So Raven then said that if they are not concerned about your well-being, then they aren't a friend, and it's shameful. Cool. We get to Mia. Mia's meeting up with Jacqueline to do some shopping. So Mia said that Jacqueline is not a fashionista. She grew up on a farm, didn't even have shoes. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? Well, okay, Mia. Okay, so then Mia is saying that Jacqueline and Gizelle should be close because neither one of them can dress. I mean, truth be told, Mia does pull some looks, but Mia, you're not the best dressed on this cast by any means. But I guess. So Mia asks about Jacqueline's relationship with PP. Jacqueline said they're good. They're working on their friendship first. Mia's like, you've given him so many chances. Jacqueline said, whoa, what about Ink? Ink is a blast from the past. Mia said, no, we just recently decided to be in a relationship. What it seems like is Mia has no control in that relationship with Ink. It feels like Ink is calling every single one of the shots. And because Mia is stressed about that and Mia does not like how that feels, Mia now feels the need to talk shit about everybody else and about what everybody else has going on. Mia looks a fool this season, y'all. A fool this season. This is crazy. So Mia is saying how she's mad at Gizelle because Gizelle brought up that issue at Wendy's party, said that Gizelle is obsessed with her social media. So Mia doesn't think it was appropriate for Gizelle to ask her that question in that setting. It wasn't appropriate for you to talk about Gordon's mental incapacity at the GNA event. It has never been appropriate for you to do 90% of the things that you do, Mia. Again, Mia is just mad that her truth is being thrown back in her face and she doesn't like what it is. So she said that if you are a friend of someone, you should pick up the phone and call them. You haven't picked up the phone and called Karen. You are throwing Karen's DUI in her face every chance you get. What is the difference? What is the difference? Because Mia, all you are saying is that you are a terrible friend to Karen. That's what I'm hearing. Hello? But okay. So she wants to address this with Gizelle. Jacqueline said Gizelle is mad because she doesn't have a man and Mia has 3 or 4. No, Mia has 1.5 is what she has. Mia has 1.5. Okay. We then get to Ashley. So Ashley is participating in it's called New Hope Housing. I think it was New Hope Housing. And she's going to be climbing down the side of a building to raise some money for the homeless. Everybody is responsible for raising $1,000. So she sends out an invite to the ladies, wants all the ladies to come and support her. And a good chunk of the ladies all show up, and everybody comes with their kids. So when Mia arrived, she does not speak to Gizelle. She was like, "We'll have words later." Now, Mia, you just said that Wendy's birthday party was not the proper place for Gizelle to bring that up. You think at Ashley's event, this is the proper place? Mia has had it out for Gizelle all season. And because remember, Mia has been throwing shit and shade at Gizelle since the first episode. I think Mia knows that the audience hates Gizelle. And so she thinks that she will be able to get a leg up and win over the audience by attacking Gizelle and like going head to head with her. But I think because I'm logical and I don't hate people on the show, I think that Mia is fighting an uphill battle with this. Like there are people that don't typically even like Gizelle that are siding with her when it comes to Gizelle and Mia. Like Mia, this is crazy. This is crazy. But okay. So Gizelle is like, I didn't even do anything. It's interesting how when it comes to Ink and Gordon, you're quiet, but you have so much smoke for me. But okay, we'll do it. So Ashley is on the side of this wall building. She's nervous, and I don't blame her. The ladies are down below, looking up at her, like, what is going on? She does it. Karen is like on her knees on her prayer cloth, praying for her. But kudos to Ashley because I could never. I could never. So after Ashley scales this wall or comes down the wall, Mia's talking to Gizelle. She was like, "Your dress is cute. It looks like a nightgown." And Gizelle was like, "I wore something bright and colorful so Ashley could see me from the top of the building." Cool. Mia said that she shared sensitive things at the GNA event, and she does not like that Gizelle started questioning why she would put certain things on social media. That's not what she was questioning, though. She wasn't questioning why you posted it. She was questioning how you can say on one day that Ink is going to pull back from you and that Ink and Gordon are going head to head, whatever the case, and then 24 hours later, you are acting as if nothing ever happened. That's what she was questioning. So she said that Mia, feels that Gizelle always posts that she is this beautiful, upstanding mom and that her children are perfect. And Gizelle was like, "No, my children are not perfect. No, they're not." So Mia then said that Giselle's daughters were sneaking boys in the Dominican Republic and that Gizelle didn't want that brought to the group. And Wendy kind of made a face like, "What?" And Karen was looking like, "No, children are off limits." Gizelle was like, "They didn't do that. I caught a boy on the ring camera, but they weren't sneaking boys in." Look, no. I just feel like, again, no matter how you feel about somebody on a show, their children are off limits, right? So you're mad that Mia is mad that Gizelle is questioning what is going on with Gordon and Ink based on because what you're telling us is different than what you are presenting on social media. And Mia's response is to basically say, "Your girls be sneaking your girls are sneaking boys in." That's not cool. That's not cool. So Gizelle said, "Look, if my daughters want to post about their life, they are free to on their social media. That is not for me to come out here and put their business out here." Them girls are old enough to. They're all over 18. So if they want to post about what they do, then they have that right. That is not for me to tell. So Mia is like, "Well, Gizelle doesn't live her authentic life." And my thing is like, let's be very fucking for real. Who gets on social media and drags their children outside of you, Mia? You are dragging this poor baby up and through the streets of Potomac all because you want a storyline. I just think that's low to question people's children. I do. I think it's low to attack people's children. What Giselle's daughters do has nothing to do with you, Mia. If your issue is with Gizelle, take that shit up with Gizelle. Dog Gizelle. But to talk about, like, I didn't like that. I thought that was low. I thought it was low. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode. If you have not already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, leave your comments down below. The season, the second half of the season trailer looked really good and like low key chaotic. So the season is going good. It's going good. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.